getting into the season here where it's like a hot blow dryer in your face, or you open up the oven and just all that heat comes out. So my walk and talks might be not as frequent, though I'll try to get out and chat soon. I need to get back into the gym and start my routine. But if for those of you who've been following along through the reset season over the past few months, there's a lot of really good pointers in there, a lot of really good nuggets, things if you are going through some changes and you need help and you need to just navigate through and figure out how to simplify your life and how to really get some order and some clarity and slow down to maybe speed up and be more productive. It's not about crank and being fast and hectic. When things are too fast, too hectic, you're going out of control. You're not able to steer properly. Your body's out of whack. Your hormones are out of whack. You're not focusing properly. You're not eating good because you're not consciously in that controlled state. You're just go all over the place, and it's just not a very fun place to be for a very long period of time. So if you're trying to get out of that, there's a process where it's a bit messy when you're trying to gain control of a life that's been out of control for so long, or habits that have been out of control for so long, and then you're trying to create order. When you transition through that, it's like you're turning a big ship around, so it takes time. It's like you're going in one direction for so long, so there's that momentum, going in that direction, and then you're trying to stop it, but as you're stopping it, you're trying to turn and pivot. And so that turn could take time, because it's not a quick, turn around and go a different direction. It's an actual I'm turning, it's painful. A lot of emotions happen, a lot of things happen as you're going through that. Now, if you don't have an issue like all of the talks that we've been going through, as far as impulse spending or just living frivolously and not really having self-control or discipline, then these talks might not be for you. But maybe you know somebody who is living that way, and it's just really a time and a season to do what needs to be done. Stop putting off what you know needs to be done. Stop holding on of what you know is past, of what you know is gone, of what you know God's trying to ungrip from your hands. Stop hanging on and maintaining the wrong relationships and putting yourself through the same cycles and the same things over and over that you know are going to produce results that you don't want. So you have to look at the results and say, is this behavioral pattern that I'm choosing producing results that I want? Is it? Is it moving me towards my highest self or my lowest self? Is it producing good fruit? Is it helping my family? Am I walking a righteous path? Or is my life full of compromise and pride and arrogance and chasing things and the pursuit of filling my own gluttonous desires? Because that's really, a lot of us are in that and we don't even realize it. We're just filling our own gluttonous desires. It's how obese can you get? How big can your house get? How much food can you continue to eat? How much content can you continue to consume? TV shows, binge watching, chasing trends, following what everybody else tells you what to do. How much music can you cram in your brain before you're just so overly stimulated that your nervous system and your body is just out of whack? Most of the time we're doing it to ourselves. We are allowing it. We're entertaining it. We're compromised. We're tolerating it. And then we're wondering why we feel like junk. I mean, all of this affects not just your hormones, right? Your gut health, your lymphatic system carries so many things, tension in your body. It affects inflammation in your body, joint pain, your bowels. You might be constipated for days, or might have diarrhea because you're under so much stress. So your body is responding to everything that you are experiencing in your life. Now, there's going to be things that happen, life is stressful anyways. There's always things that happen that are outside of our control that we need to pause and say, okay, how am I going to respond to this situation that's really not that great? It sucks and I don't want to go through it, and it's painful and it's horrible or whatever. And then But a lot of times it's situations that we are causing and we're doing to ourselves. So we're a victim. We're creating the situation and then we're complaining about it. And then we're wondering why. And a lot of the problem is people around us may not be bold enough to tell us to stop. Or to tell us, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Or hey, you have a problem. Hey, maybe you should stop running in and out of the, store and buying every little thing that your heart does, that you want automatically. Maybe you should stop and think about it. Maybe you should look at the interest that you're spending on your credit cards. A lot of times people won't tell us. And when we have a fan club on social media, and we have people saying, oh my gosh, I love that. Oh my gosh, what you really, how many times have you really wanted to say, dude, do you really need another, vase or pillow cover or this or that? You already have 50 of them on your couch. The biggest thing that I think is hilarious is when people do their pantry. Okay, they redo their pantry. They're like, look at how my pantry looked and now how it looks. Okay, clearly all of the stuff you pulled out of your pantry is sitting behind you, or it's on the counter you're not showing, and you're showing how great it looks. You didn't just change your pantry to oats and flour and granola and little things. You have all that junk that you showed in the first picture. You didn't just throw it out. You don't just change all of a sudden because you got some containers to change. Like, there has to be a process that says, hey, I'm changing, and like a road to that, where this was me, and now this is me after I learned to cut out fats and to look at, very rarely is it just like, oh, overnight I'm totally different, because it takes time to undo the habits, and especially with eating. When I changed my eating, I wanted to throw everything away and start, but I was like, okay, well, there's some things in here that we need to slowly move towards. Like, for example, pasta, you want to switch to, or flour, you switch from regular flour to unbleached, then you switch from unbleached to einkorn, and then, so you're slowly switching and making those changes, and that's fine. Like, you're giving yourself time to process through. And it takes time to do that when you want to create a simplified life. And when you want to live healthy and abundant at the same time. It's like healthy and simplified and abundant all at the same time. It's a different way of living that most of the world is not living at. Because most of the world is like, do what makes you happy. Buy what you love when you love it. You deserve this. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You got this. You're a boss babe. You're this, you're that. And it puts us in a state, it puts us oftentimes in like a prideful state, because we are then so arrogant and say, well, I deserve this. I got this. I'm going to go get this. And it doesn't matter the cost, because what I want matters more. My happiness matters more. And if I'm happy, then everything else in my world is fine. And that's not really how God designed us. We're supposed to go through the discipline. It's like you're disciplining your kids so they can be wiser, not spoiled brats. And part of that comes when you could be changing the kids' eating habits, and that's hard for kids because they're used to whatever eating, those applesauce pouches or whatever. It's just crap. It's just a bunch of crap. Instead of a pouch, give them an apple. It's like we've gotten to the point where it's so convenient that we've stripped the nutrition from things, and then the kids get used to that, and we wonder why they're acting out and why they have ADHD and all of these different things, when we're the one feeding them the garbage. We're feeding them all this junk, and then we're wondering why they don't feel good, why their stomachs hurt, why they're sick all the time. Look at what's going in your body and look at what's in your environment. Those two things are triggering 90% of our problems. The environment, toxic chemicals, cheap products are made very toxic. And when you're surrounding yourself with cheap products and you're breathing all of that in, your body's responding to that. This is why simplifying and being intentional a little bit more is better for your health and your nervous system, because it's not all like ooh all the time. And also you're eating things that are nutritious and dense, and you have the time now to really think. You might love, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I know people who they just love going through Starbucks. Okay, well, that's probably why your body looks the way that it does, because you hit the Starbucks drive-thru every day, and it's an extra 1,000 calories a day. I'm just saying how it is. It's sugar, it's chemicals, it's usually all kinds of high fructose, unless it's just a black coffee. A lot of coffee has mold in it. And then you're consuming that, and then I'm sure it's not just one a day, it's probably multiple. And then you're wondering why you feel how you feel. Well, you can't put all of that stuff in and then expect to feel great. So it's just really gaining control of your life, gaining control of your time, your mind, and saying, okay, things have been out of whack for so long. I know I can do better. I know God made me to be better. I know He made me to run my race. And in order to run my race, I need to feel good. I need to have a clear mind, wisdom, and a good outlook. And everything has to be, aligned with that. It can't be this chaotic race. You're going in all these different directions and not getting any results. You're going to burn out by doing that. So anyways, I'm going to close out these talks for a little while because it's getting hot, it's getting windy, and I'm going to be hitting the gym, and I got to do what I got to do.